Thank you, Mr. Chair. You know, we're talking today about a constitutional requirement that spending has to equal revenue. But what Republicans are not saying, but which we all know, is that this means you're gonna have to cut Social Security, Medicare, food assistance, and other programs that regular people rely on. And as a member of the Budget Committee, I have spent 3 years on conversations like this. And all the while watching Republicans continue to balloon the national debt to finance tax cuts for people who don't actually need them. Can we all finally admit, once and for all, that tax cuts do not trickle down? And all you have to do is ask regular people who can't afford their groceries right now. Mr. Duke, thanks so much for being here. I want to talk about what Republicans mean when they talk about a balanced budget amendment. From my perspective, they mean that you're going to have to make steep cuts to benefits while rewarding the wealthy with additional tax cuts. And a balanced budget amendment always sounds so simple, but the federal budget is not actually like a household budget. It's not. It doesn't matter how many times we say it, it's not. Mr. Duke, is it possible that this proposed constitutional requirement would endanger Social Security?
Absolutely it would.
Tell me a little bit more.
Sure.
How would it do that?
So, you know, we have the baby boomers. They worked a bunch of years. They put, and that created surpluses into the Social Security and Medicare trust funds, right? And now we are drawing them down as, you know, as they're retired. And those trust funds are scheduled to exhaust in the 2030s. But a balanced budget amendment would apply to the whole government. And, you know, those accumulated surpluses, you know, from 10, 15 years ago wouldn't count anymore, right? So basically what would need to happen for Social Security and Medicare to continue to pay 100% benefits is you would need to run a bigger surplus in the rest of the government, right? Which is really, really, really hard to do and frankly not realistic, right?
Yeah.
And so Social Security just can't tap its trust fund. And so that basically moves the problem we're going to face 10 years from now about Social Security and Medicare trust funds exhausting from the 2030s to now.
Yeah, and it's very serious. And I can think of a simpler way to protect essential programs like Social Security. Is it true that we could just raise taxes on billionaires and corporations?
That certainly would be one way to.
Yeah, right? It's an option.
It certainly is an option.
It's on the table. We already have that power. Is that right?
According to Article 1, yes.
Yes, exactly, according to Article 1. I'm going to get to that in just a minute. What worries me so seriously about this conversation is that this whole concept of a balanced budget amendment requires us to actually support the Constitution that we have. You can't have this amendment if you don't have respect for the separation of powers, if you don't have respect for the powers of the purse, if you don't have respect for the Constitution as a whole. And under this Republican government, none of these things currently exist. My Republican colleagues have completely given up Congress's Article 1 powers, letting the president do whatever he wants. They have stepped back and let the executive branch run wild. We have invoked the founders a lot today, and I can tell you they would be disgusted by the majority's willingness to cede their power to this president. President Trump and congressional Republicans have completely abandoned constitutional governance by 3 co-equal branches. They have allowed the president to illegally refuse to spend money as directed by Congress. They have conducted absolutely zero oversight of misconduct and open corruption across the agencies and the White House. We just spent a month out of session because the Speaker would not stand up to our president and protect our Article 1 powers. Why do I care so much about the Article 1 powers? It's not because of our power, it's because we represent the people. We represent the people who want us to pass those policies that actually benefit them. And we don't have that right now. So this whole conversation about going through this rigmarole of an idea that has a snowball's chance in hell of ever coming to fruition, when we could actually spend our time here protecting our Article 1 powers. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate all the witnesses. I yield back.
Thank the gentlelady.